and thinking a lot. Then everyone can have a think, and the person that thinks a lot will get a prize. Yay! Okay, so is your daughter handy? She's just run off. Oh, she. Fair enough. So maybe Lali, then you can pick who puts their hand up. If anyone does put their hand up to answer a question, you can pick who it was that puts their hand up first. And then they'll answer, and then we'll see. I mean, I'm quite easily persuaded if someone's got a good answer. Okay. One of the questions that is here is a Gurdev question that he's asked himself, and he's just already answered it. So I think he deserves to have a prize. See if you can guess which is the question that Gurdev asks. We'll come to that in a bit.
It's working in the mic.
Oh, is that okay?
It's not on mobile phone.
By the way, some of these questions I actually don't know the answer to either. So I just made it up just in the arty, as I wasn't in arty. Okay, so and some of these questions Sita made up as well. So the first one is who did austerity to become Devaki ambassador? These are questions that we should make a note of if we get the answer, because it's easy to forget. And you show there, and then who were those personalities that did those austerities and then became those personalities? So don't rush all at once.
Someone online.
Can anyone know this answer? Okay. Huh? This is a Sita question.
I know how.
Huh?
I know one person.
If you tell me, I'll know if it's right or wrong.
Dana.
John and Dara. Yeah. Who? Yeah, that's.
I was thinking that, but I didn't want to sound stupid. So.
No, it is. But for who? Devaki ambassador, but show them.
Oh.
And Devaki ambassador. Okay, give her a prize. Well done.
Woo! Haribo.
Yeah. That rings a bell as well. Go on.
Present.
Yeah.
Mother prize.
There's a prize for everything you get right. Prize at the end.
Yeah. No, we've got loads of prizes here.
Back to Godhead.
Oh wow.
Back to Godhead.
That's a class if I have to get fun. What's the advent of
Okay, so this is like a B question to that question. Okay, so what was the difference between their austerity, that they got different results? It's after the prize, now he's got sharpening his pencil. What was the difference? They got different results.
Yeah.
Didn't they ask?
Oh, I have to put our hands up. Sorry. Go on. No, go on. Radka started. Go on.
Oh, Taruni saying, oh, I know.
Go on, Taruni. I'll post it to you if you like.
Let's see.
So the question is, first of all, what was that difference between, what is the difference between their austerity? That they got different results.
She says one wanted God to be the sun. Maybe she's right. Typing. I don't know.
Who?
She just said one, but let's see. And the other wanted a son like God. And then she's asking.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it? That's
They
pretty good.
wanted Vatsalya Ras, right? Nanda and Yashoda wanted Vatsalya Ras.
They wanted to love.
Krishna, Vatsalya Prem.
She says something like that. Maybe I don't remember so well.
Let's expand. Can anyone expand on this?
Yes,
So,
I think one wanted Bhagavan as their son, that was Vasudeva Devaki. So, in other words, God to become their son. And
Right.
Nanda and Yashoda, they prayed for Vatsalya Prem.
they prayed
have
to
that
love.
type
They prayed
of-
to love.
Yeah.
They prayed to love God as their son. Okay, so that's the subtle. That's the subtlety. That's really. Did you get it?
Running as a can answer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It's good. Give them another present then. It's really
Woohoo! Arrivo!
You haven't got the answers, so...
Yeah,
Okay. Named 5 demons that Krishna killed. Okay, hands up. 5 demons. Yeah, come Prabhuji. Yeah. Yeah. Who was that? The second one?
Kalambasura, he said.
Oh, could be controversial.
I need to do the offering. Okay. Oh, well, Taruni saying Trinavarta Putana.
Stop you there. Anyone expand on another couple of demons?
Come on, Taruni, 2 more. Quickly.
Putana? We had Putana. Putana we had.
Trinavarta?
Srinivata. Yeah. Shakatasura. Are we missing anyone?
Taruni says,
The one, oh no, that was Baldo. Yeah. Kalia. Kali, did he kill him?
No. He lost his. He got liberation.
He killed his demoniac
They all
mentality.
got
Give him a Kamsa. Kamsa? Yeah, go on. That's good. She gets.
Woo!
This is quite an open question. Why did Krishna eat dirt? Why did Krishna eat dirt?
why did Krishna eat dirt?
Any answers?
Kamala.
Because he wanted to taste. I've got something vaguely in my mind. Maybe anyone can fill in gaps here. He wanted to taste the dust of Braj because he's had so many glories of that dust. And so he wanted to taste that. He thought, oh, this must be really delicious. Anyone else? No? Okay. We're going to the next one.
Present for you?
Wow!
For your meditation.
The latest speed. Wow. We're going to make like medallion. Okay. Thanks, Joe. When she saw that Krishna had eaten dirt.
She made him open his mouth.
You're opening your mouth, Veronica. You got to put out your mouth.
Calling out.
He's calling out. You're calling out.
She made him open his mouth and show, because he tried to lie and say he didn't. Baladev went and grasped on him and he tried to lie and say he didn't. So she made him open his mouth.
She made him open his
and
mouth.
show her.
Yeah. Anything else? This is an open question, actually. I'm just thinking of something else. That's right. Anything else? Anything else Mother Yashoda did when she saw that she knew he'd eaten dirt? Okay, me. She called the Brahmins, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
She called the Brahmins. She got cow dung, urine, the works. Smothered it all over his body. And then did some mantras. What did she do?
To protect him.
Protect him. And she looked in his mouth. She saw the that was after, isn't it? After she saw the universes. And then we took the universes. Okay. Why did Mother Yashoda's milk want to commit suicide? Anyone?
Good
Question?
I guess the milk wanted to say, the milk is feeling like, oh, didn't Mother Yashoda leave for something? And then the milk became sad that they weren't able to serve Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good, isn't it? It's good, yeah.
Woo!
Okay, yeah, go on. Okay, present is? Wow, Srimad Bhagavatam.
Woo!
Wow, that's good present.
How many wives
Okay.
did Krishna marry
Oh.
in Dwarka?
You asking me? Is that lying?
It's like this.
Okay. I was gonna say 10,000, but 16,000.
Taruni is saying also.
16,100.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Why did he marry them? Why did he marry them?
Something complicated, no?
Come on, girl. Why are you living in the temple 20 years? Come on, Manju.
Well, most of them.
He enjoys this.
Rescued them. And then they couldn't go back to their family anymore. Were they kidnapped? Or, I don't know where they were kidnapped. Krishna rescued them. But they couldn't go back to their families because they had been in the house of another man. They wouldn't be accepted anymore. And then they begged Krishna that they took shelter of Krishna and Krishna couldn't.
Yeah. It was just circumstance. Yeah, no, very good, Manju. Good. Go on.
Present.
Okay. Next. Ready? Kids question.
I'll call the other kids.
She's gonna go call you.
Pundarik saying he married them out of mercy.
Well, when will Pundarik give his mercy and come back to England?
No.
What is he doing?
Why did Kamsa decide to kill all of Devaki's sons except only the 8?
Because the act was Baladev.
Why did Kamsa decide to kill all of Devaki's sons except the 8?
That's difficult.
Wait, oh my gosh, my head's too much inside. Jen, go on.
Because Narada Muni came and he said,
how do you know which Krishna is supposed to be 9, isn't it? 9. Which is the number is 9 because maybe you count 8.
The number, yeah.
8. Maybe you count from differently. 8 and not like 1, 2, 3, but maybe for all the sides, maybe from the middle, and it's like you don't know which one is exactly 8.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Good. Yeah. Good. Anyone want to expand on that question?
Why he did not kill the 8?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the 8, well, it was Krishna who went to Vrindavan, so he wasn't able to kill Krishna. And also Yogamaya came back.
Yeah.
And when he wanted to kill her, she manifested her Mahamaya form.
Oh. Wow. Remember that. And who is that in our dramas? Who is that person that gave the kick? It was Manju. Well done, Manju.
So your meditation, chanting,
Okay.
Krishna's lotus feet.
Okay. Ready?
I know that soup.
Yeah, I got a present. Sorry. Name 2 favourite dishes of Krishna. Ooh.
Oh, wow.
There's 4 things that I like. Laddu
Yeah.
and butter.
Yay! Anyone else? Anyone?
Your present, Jagannath.
Jaja, present.
Tori's filled with cream.
Center.
Anyone else? Me. Rice and yogurt.
Wow, I'm going to say that.
Rice and yogurt. Were you going to say that? Rice and yogurt, isn't it? In his left hand. Very sweet. What is Krishna's favourite game? And why?
That's a difficult one.
Who said hide and seek? Oh! Hide and seek, why? I pretend all the cowherd boys are looking for him and he sneaks off. Very good. Very good. Wonderful.
Other present?
Okay, anyone else?
No, not yet.
What's Krishna's favourite game? And why? Wrestling, he likes to eat ladders.
Hide and seek.
Wrestling with Shmas Rider.
Oh yeah.
Stealing, but it is a bit of a game. It is a game. He likes to play word games, but he loses. But he prefers to play card games. The Gopis are very good at word games. They always defeat him. When they're playing dice, then they lose because he nobbles the dice. Okay, good. Any more games?
Cricket.
What? That's so mundane. Why?
I just got silly.
Okay. Now you have to answer through now as your punishment. Dad will help you.
She's racist. Racing.
Yeah, go on. She's right.
Shoulders.
Yeah. And then what happens if he loses?
You have to do a wrestling match.
One time when Krishna was the loser, he's supposed to carry the other cowherd boy
Oh, yeah.
on his shoulders, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when he lost, he didn't want to do that.
Well, no, again.
So what did he do? He
He
said, I was the winner because my nose was up. And your nose is down. He was wrestling. Yeah. Okay, come on everyone that hasn't done one yet. Is this for you? Name 3 of Krishna's cows.
Shyamali.
Oh my God, come on, no. No idea. There you go. Shamali, Damali, and
Seriously?
Very good. Very good. Any more?
Yeah. Mangala, Pingala, Ganga, Pishangi, Magi Kansti, Hamsi, Vamsi Priya, Shamli. How does Krishna call for his cows? Kalindi. How does Krishna call for his cows?
With his flute. With his which flute?
What did Gurudev say? When he's calling. Choo choo? What is it? I said so, I can't remember the word. Huh? No, he would call, isn't it? Krishna would call. And when they, you know, in India they get a stick or beat them or something. But he would actually just call for them to drink water. Drink water or something like choo choo. Stop drinking water. I don't know what it was. Can you remember that? No. Anyone online, please fill me in with the cow talk. Okay. Then name. Get ready. 5 of Krishna's cow herd friends. 5 Krishna's cow herd friends. Go Savashri. Wait on. Go on. Don't cheat. Go on. What did you have already? Sridham, Madhumango, Sridham. Did you say Sridham? 2 more.
You said one.
Oh yeah, well done, yeah. And then 1 more. Aju, yeah, go on. Good. Very good, yeah, very good.
Dear present.
Should we have a question from Gurudev? Okay. Gurudev asked, why did Duryodhan want to disrobe Draupadi and make her naked? Yes. Was she meant to suffer for some past karma? Manju.
Well, I heard recently actually Madhav Marat say something about that. In a class from Durda.
Because sometime before, Draupadi when they had this palace and like with optical illusions, and then Duryodhan he fell in the water. He thought there was no water, and then he fell in it. And then Draupadi was laughing at, oh, blind father, blind son. Now he said, call her naked in front of everyone and see how blind I am.
Oh. Very interesting, Manju.
Very evil.
That's good.
Wait.
Oh, it's more. They said no.
Wow.
Krishna personally inspired Duryodhan to do this.
Wow.
From within his heart, Krishna told him, you should do this. Krishna thought, in this way, the Mahabharata battle will take place and I will have the opportunity to kill all the Kauravas. Good?
Good.
Good?
Yes.
Interesting. Madhamaraj at that point said, Krishna thought I will take away the burden from the earth. And that's the reason why he wanted to kill all the Kauravas, all the enemy, all the demoniac forces that was weighing the earth down heavily. And so Gurudev said there are so many reasons. So many reasons. Krishna wanted to show the world Draupadi's surrender, isn't it? That was one reason. Because this is the reason we hear most of all, isn't it? How she needed to be fully surrendered. First of all, she was holding her sari a little bit, then a little bit her teeth, and then she put her hands in the air and said Govinda. She called out Govinda. Yeah.
So, is that also why she wasn't able to forgive? Because, yes, it was a horrible experience, but from that experience, she also experienced Krishna's love for her. But even though she'd experienced that, when they were banished to the forest again, she wasn't able to forgive. Yudhishthira was trying to counsel her to forgive.
Right.
But she wasn't able to do that. So why not? When she had received this protection and this like huge display of love from Krishna, why was she still not able to forgive?
Exactly.
And Yudhishthira could.
And she was very soft-hearted. In fact, sometimes she's criticized for being too soft-hearted, isn't it? When she allowed them to not kill, who was it?
Jarasandha.
Yeah. Because she didn't want his wife to be widowed, and they were family member. So in that scenario, she should have allowed them to kill him, because he then went on to murder the whole lot. Yeah. So it was a mistake. In fact, her soft-heartedness is seen as sometimes as a mistake. But in that scenario, she was very strong. In fact, she said she loosened her hair, and she said, "I will not." And in Vedic culture, a woman always has her hair tied, and she said, "I will not tie my hair. I'll keep my hair loose until I wash it in the blood of the Kauravas, specifically Duryodhana." So you're asking, why is that mood coming? And are you saying it's because Krishna put that mood there in the first place? Or what are you saying? What's the reason?
Yeah. Is that the same reason that she wasn't able to forgive?
Sounds like a good option to me. Isn't it? Gurudev's saying this may also be the reason. During the attempted disrobing of Draupadi, Bhim declared, "I will break the legs of Duryodhana, because he'd naked Draupadi sit on my lap. And I will break the arm of Dushashan, because he pulled her cloth with that arm." So a lot happened with that one pastime of Krishna, because he entered into Duryodhana's heart. Duryodhana, he said, was devotee actually. It's in the pastimes of Krishna. It's not this way. Interesting. Okay. Why was the rope of Mother Yashoda too short, although she tried so hard to bind Krishna? Yes. Yes, it's true. But why was that rope too short when every time she tried to tie it, and she had to actually go and get ties from all the gopis, and she was endeavouring so much. She was perspiring, the flowers were falling from her hair, and finally she was come to a point where she was praying to Narayan, saying, "What am I going to do? I must tie my son." So why was that rope too short? Can anyone help?
There are always two fingers missing, which means mercy and the endeavor. So
Two fingers means?
mercy and endeavor.
No, but what do you mean? There was two fingers missing.
Oh, like to tie the rope. It was always two fingers too short.
2 fingers too short means?
What do you mean now?
No, but what does that mean? 2 fingers too short. It means that the rope was about that much short.
Yeah.
Okay, that much.
Mhm. Yeah. So, yeah, and after she prayed to Narayan, then she was able to tie him. So it's like a teaching for us that we need mercy and endeavor.
Endeavor and mercy. Does that mean that your endeavor will invoke mercy?
No. It just shows. It just kind of shows that I want the mercy. It's like a sign that I want the mercy.
It's not reliant. It's like back to his independence. It's not reliant, but by the endeavor that you do, it awakens a potential to receive that. Basically. Okay. Oh, we're not giving out the presents, Jayanti, please.
Here's a baby for your tilak.
Thank you.
Ooh, that's fun.
Okay, name the brothers of Nanda Maharaj.
Ooh. All of them.
I know, for Johnny.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, there's lots of Andas. Nanda.
Oh no, it's not for Johnny.
I want four brothers. Anyone? Sunanda. Abhinanda. Yes, Upananda. Good.
Three.
Yeah. Nearly. Nandana.
Nandana.
Yeah. Nandana, Abhinanda, Sunanda, and one more? Upananda.
Yeah, Taruni says Upananda as well.
Well done, Tajini. Okay.
So his presence is good.
Okay. Who was video thing? Yeah, as well.
Oh yeah. Where's the wall going to be? Video wall? I guess it could be here, couldn't it? Since I'm here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I suppose it's got to be close to this.
Oh, close to the plug. Okay, I'll do it that way.
Okay. Who was Putana in a previous life? This is a link to the next. Come on, you can do it. Because this is a link to the next offering, which is the kids' Gangamatas.
Oh, very good.
Wow.
Here. Another one mirror
That's
for the tilak.
It's a really good present, son. Okay, we're going to watch that in the video. Yay! It's okay, dolphin.
Harimo!
Isn't that supposed to be the kids' question?
Yeah, but this, I asked you already the kids' questions. Do you want another question? Okay, anyone got a question for Jaja?
I have.
Go on.
Why Krishna steals butter?
Jaja, what's in the butter that you really want?
Mother Yashoda's love.
No. Good.
Anyway, well done.
Wow. Some kind of bracelet.
worth having a try. And one more question. You ask a question. You ask a question now for everyone. Last question.
How many forms did Krishna have?
Oh my God. Wow. How many forms does Krishna have?
How many?
Unlimited.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Give or take. Give or take one or two. Fantastic. Fantastic.
She wants another prize.
Ah, for who or for you?
Judge. For me to be.
Oh, okay.
For your puja.
Joy of meditation. I know. I wonder if do you want to go and find him, see if he wants to watch himself? Because that might bring him in. Till we get ready with the thingy.
Do you want to put the sheet up behind you?
Oh yeah, okay.
And then I'll point it that way. Well, we'll have to we'll turn the lights off, and when it's ready.
Yeah. Oh yeah, actually, Jada was going to do it.
Yeah. I can go find Gordon.
Yeah, she's probably forgot. Is that okay or longer?
Longer, I think, yeah.
Can you plug that into this?
Mm-hmm. Can I just plug one out, yeah? Hey, can you hold this for a second?
Project all the miles and looking at internet onto the screen in front of all the
Thank you.
Yeah, go on, let's do Facebook Live.
And you plug that one in as well?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's supposed to be wireless.
If anyone's cold or
Yep. Oh, you're not. I don't think. Can it go more further or?
I don't
Pamela,
know.
I got Balaram.
Oh, great, okay.
I got more things to do.
You're gonna watch the drama.
Oh no, you're gonna sing. Remember?
You said that there's going to be a prize once Balaram answers the question.
Okay, yeah. Who is?
He looks really nervous. He's concentrating.
Here's the question. The question is.
Who is Krishna's big brother?
That's easy.
What is Krishna's favourite food?
Butter?
Butter's good.
Yeah.
Woo!
Present.
Do you want to come and see this video? The kids are in it.
Are you going to do the kirtan first?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're doing, isn't it? Remember? Come on, let's go. Here.
Can we do it after?
No, now, babe. Okay.
Okay, so Dad is singing with me.
Can both sing
Daddy,
together.
you sing with me.
What?
You sing with me, so Daddy.
Okay.
Are you videoing?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do them at dance? Oh no, then you can send them. Yeah,
Sudavi,
Yeah.
can you help me?
Yeah, but you know this song really much better than me.
But I haven't sung
I help you.
in a long time and I get mixed up with everything.
No, man, you remember me.
Do you want me
Can you do that? Can you do that and play the band?
Multitasking.
No, just find Joe.
That's a bit trippy, isn't it? Like wibbly wobbly. But
Oh, it's because of the wind.
what kids are you going to sing?
Have we got two clips?
Yeah.
Pins.
No, it's inside. Just in the same cupboard.
Where? Which cupboard?
That one in the kitchen.
Come on, we'll bring from the kitchen.
Yeah. Like just go to
Come on, can I ask Barbara another question? How many
That's here, remember?
how many songs are in the songbook?
That's not right.
Songbook. How many songs are in
392.
songbook? Okay, let's do a different one. Okay. How many I've asked you this one already, Lily, to big. Or was it?
Yeah, you did.
How many forms of Krishna are there?
There's more than there are grains of sand on the beach.
Okay, do the kirtan.
Yeah. Correct.
Today, are you ready? It's here.
Jaya
Jaya Gopi Jana. Yashodanandana Bhaja Jana Ranjana.
2015, 2018.
Is there 3?
There's
Can I
Gangamatas
ask
in
one
2015. And there's a clue. 2015.
Yeah, 15. Start there.
That one.
I want to watch them all actually.
Okay, because only shows.
But start from 15 because that's the latest one.
But do we have sound?
Oh, hang on. We have to see about the sound. It should be okay. It should come out of the projector.
Oh, I see. It's coming out in the projector. Okay.
Should do, but it might be. Let's see. Let's go. Where's my mouse?
It sounds not like
No. Hang on.
Let's get this. Where's that little speaker?
Well, actually, this
We will be able to get this.
no, this also goes in the other one. Because this one is, I don't know, it's not loud anymore.
You should be turning out our projector. Another go.
Maybe it's just that silent beginning.
You can have this cup.
Children, stop! Do you know what? Today is Krishna Janmashtami and we are going to have a big festival. Everyone is going to help me.
Know what Janmashtami is? How come God is a small boy like me? Good question. Let's ask Lolly.
Look, this part's so funny.
Lolly, why is God a small boy? Well, I don't. Okay, just go ask someone else and leave me alone. Whoa.
Come. Sit down.
Why is God a small boy?
Oh, very nice question, Golda. But first, you tell me, why all devotees worship Krishna? Why?
Because he's God.
Yeah, because he's God. And God is more
Strong and powerful.
Yes, Krishna is strong and powerful.
And
Yes.
super powerful.
Super powerful, more than Superman, more than Batman, more than anyone. No one can match Krishna.
Yeah.
He's the strongest boy in the universe. Because that is called Bhagavan. Even though he's Bhagavan, who creates and maintains a limited universe, there is some speciality in him. He enjoys to be loved by his devotees. Therefore, he performed his human-like pastimes. And as a boy, beautiful, enchanting boy, like you, yeah. In that, the devotees can shower their love on him.
I love Krishna too.
Do you know how Krishna feels?
No.
Let's know then. Now, children, listen carefully. Once upon a time,
Once upon a time, Vasudeva was going home with his newly wedded wife Devaki. Out of affection for his sister, King Kamsa was voluntarily driving his chariot.
That's really good.
These two.
Kamsa, you're a fool! You you don't know that the 8th child of your sister will kill you.
I'll kill her. No, Kamsa. Oh, please keep Kamsa. Brother, you're the greatest warrior. Please don't kill a woman. Devaki is your sister, and she's on her wedding. I promised Agyu all the sons was born from her. In due course of time, the baby was born. Please don't take the baby away, Basudev. Basra kept his word of the honor and brought the baby to Kamsa immediately. Give me that baby. My baby.
It's good.
Don't cry, Devaki. Within the prison, Vasudeva and Devaki gave birth to a male child year after year, and Kamsa killed them one after another. Wow, my baby! Kamsa saw the transcendental beauty of his sister, and he understood that the Supreme Lord had taken shelter in her womb. No! I must kill this child before I get that I killed this. No! In the death of the night, Krishna appeared from Devaki's womb. Knowing that Krishna is the Supreme Lord still, Vasudeva and Devaki, overwhelmed by fear, wanted to protect Krishna. I must take Krishna to Vrindavan for his safety. By the power of Yogamaya, the Lord's invincible potency, all the gates opened. Vasudeva immediately left the prison. He crossed the Yamuna River and exchanged Krishna to the baby girl born to Mother Yashoda. The baby had been born to Devaki. Where is Krishna?
Oh.
Can take you through. Krishna's on holiday.
Very good, children. Now we have heard how Krishna appeared in Mathura to save the devotees and destroy the demoniac people like Kamsa. I tell you one secret that nobody knows. The secret is that actually Krishna was born in Vrindavan, and he is the son of Yasoda Mai and Nanda Baba. Listen carefully, children. I will tell you. While an expansion of Krishna appeared in Mathura, the original Krishna was born from the womb of Mother Yasoda in Vrindavan.
Mother Yashoda gave birth to a baby girl.
That is the secret. Not everybody knows. But in reality, Mother Yasoda gave birth to Krishna and his twin sister, Yogamaya. The Supreme Lord and his internal potency are one, are different at the same time.
When Vasudeva came, he only saw the baby girl, Yogamaya. Vasudeva thought that he exchanged the children, but actually Vasudeva Krishna, the expansion, merged into the original Krishna, Vajendra Nandan Krishna. So the real Krishna was born in Vrindavan? I think Krishna's more happy in Vrindavan.
All the Brajavasis had a big festival to celebrate. That Krishna, who is the Lord of their life, and now has taken birth in Vrindavan.
My Lala.
He's so funny. Go around.
Therefore, children, today is a very special day. Let us celebrate and pray that Krishna will appear in all hearts.
Yay, I will make a nice picture.
It's so small. Yay. Ansu, Miss Ansu. Boom, boom. Bobo. Oh, that's the beginning already. Hey, yay. Next one.
What's the next one?
How many years ago was that now, John?
That was 2015.
And this one's 2018.
Oh, 6 years, huh?
Oh.
That was when I was 3 years old.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
That's why I was so stressed out all the time. You see, I was like eating the lollipop and I was like, and I was also like playing with the wire.
No, that one hasn't gone. Oh, there's one here, Janmashtami to Vrindavan. No, Kamsa goes to Vrindavan 2016.
Yeah,
That one.
that second one.
But the 2018 one hasn't downloaded it.
Let's do 2016.
Yeah. That's quite fun as well.
Oh my god, it's so exciting. The music.
Miss Ansu again. Yay, Kamsa!
It's dangerous.
Huja, Huja, is she here? Mala. Ah.
Children, what are you doing?
I'm Putana.
Jaja, are you Mother Yashoda? Who are you?
I am Kamsa.
But why?
Because he's the powerfulest demon in the world. Well, all the demons say if Kamsa was so strong, why didn't he go to Vrindavan himself? Dada, that's a good question. Let's ask Bobo.
That's so silly.
Children, nice that you are coming. Today is a Masnami. Last year, I remember, you had such a wonderful question about Krishna. And this year, do you have another question for me?
For why didn't Kamsa go to Vrindavan himself to kill Krishna?
Very nice question. Oh, actually, once Kamsa decided to go to Vrindavan himself, but Vrindavan is not an ordinary place.
This boy Krishna is killing all my demon friends. Every demon I send to Vrindavan, he kills immediately.
Wow, Kamsa.
Now I'll go and kill Krishna myself. Thus, Kamsa came from Mathura to Vrindavan. Can you tell me where the house of Nanda Maharaj is? Oh, you want to see the house of Nanda Maharaj? Yeah. Come, I will show you. Come with me. Nice flower garden for Radha and Krishna. Yes, I like flower gardens. We have a new Kara in Vrindavan. Please engage her in service. Yes, Miss Purnamasi. But she is so old. What will she do? She is good for nothing. Maybe she can do just caravan. Oh yes, that's a good idea. Don't you worry, we have a nice service for you.
Aww.
I will show you. There you go. Who are you? How can you not know how to do countdown? Answer us. Answer us. Answer us. Stop Please let me go. I'll never come back. Please let me go. I'll never come back. You promise you will never come back? Never? Never! Where am I?
Very nice, children. Thus, you can see, until one is qualified, one cannot enter Vrindavan. The qualification is one must have a strong faith in Krishna and his associates, because they can show us entrance into Vrindavan, the land of Krishna.
I want to go to Vrindavan. I want to go to Vrindavan. Let's all go.
Exciting then.
Wow. No, lady. Yay! Huh? Eating?
Now get out of my way. Tell me, who are you? Tell me, who are you?
Put it down, say.
Vijaju, how you don't know how to make condom parties? Look at the camera.
How can you not know how to make golden parties?
No, don't touch your face, please. Don't touch your face. Be serious, because soon as we finish, you remember our deal? You know, it takes long if you're gonna make it.
My stick.
Yeah, very good.
Just smiling.
Okay, old lady, come on, stand up again.
Are you mother your shoulder?
Here I am. Well,
the demons. All the demons. What? Hi, Jaja.
Next is 2019.
Do we have the last one, or is it?
There is the last one. Is it called? Well, it must be this one. This one. Oh. I think there was only 4 and 2 you've had. One doesn't work. And this is the other one.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I think there's like the other one doesn't work. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Maybe you can watch it tomorrow. Download it. Just says it's only part downloaded.
Okay.
We're really not watching our phones.
Okay, no worries then.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway, well done, kids.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, if not, somebody else.
Shall I just? Are we gonna have this?
Yeah.
We're gonna have it on later.
Yeah, I'll just
Okay.
put it on at the end before we go. So,
Wait, can I ask a question?
go on, go on. He's not here. He's not here though. I think he's not here though.
Did you read for the Barcelona class this morning?
Yeah.
You did already.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll sit down.
Yeah.
It's so light again.
Yeah, put the lights back on.
Okay. Ask me a question
for
for
the
a
stuff.
bracelet. For a bracelet. That's.
Haribo. I feel like I should explain some of that. What was just that was buzz. Om Jnana-Timirandasya Jnana-Shalakaya Chakshur Ummilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Vanshakautatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyo Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So before speaking, I put pranam in lotus feet of Guru Padma, Niti Lila to Vishnu Pad, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and also in lotus feet of our entire Guru Parampara, and by their mercy we're able to perform this, or take part somewhat in this Sri Krishna Janmashtami. I'm not going to speak very long because my brain is like fuzzy. I'm not eating and it's late. So, but yeah, I was just thinking we're very, very fortunate because we're able to be together on Janmashtami. So we're able to, be in each other's association, the association of devotees, and the Gangamata, Gaudiya Math has provided this beautiful facility for us all to get together and made this beautiful, manifested this amazing space, which, to be honest, when we first saw it, we had our doubts. What's that going to be? But Cameron seated, they said, oh, you have to trust our vision. So then Venugopal Prabhu and I were hammering in stakes and until it was like really dark last night. And then it all sort of manifested overnight into this beautiful, like, intimate kunja space. And it's a very, very unique way to celebrate Janmashtami. So yeah, we're very fortunate because we're in association, like in Sadhu Sangha, we're in this association of other devotees. And this is the best way to spend these holy days, because actually to honor and to observe Janmashtami, this is one of the limbs of bhakti, right? It's to observe the holy days such as Ekadashi and the appearance day of Shri Krishna, the appearance day of Srimati Radhika, the appearance day of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Gaurapanim, and these days these are limbs of bhakti. So we observe these days and we honor these days, and hopefully on these days we are in association of saintly persons, sadhu sangha. So and we're all very fortunate here. We've all been in such high class of sadhu sangha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that there are 5 prominent limbs of bhakti, right? That is, sadhu sangha is the first one, to be in the association of saintly persons. Nam Kirtan, which is chanting the holy names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, and also Bhagavat Shravan, so to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's what we've been doing even in that drama then. Everybody's laughing, but actually this is Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the Leela of Bhagavatam. And there were some very important sort of confidential teachings of Srila Gurudev hidden away in that amazing format, so that you didn't even really know that you were hearing them. So this Bhagavat Shravan, then hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this is also a very powerful limb of bhakti. And Mathuravas, so that is to reside or to visit, or even to reside by mind, right, in the holy places such as Mathura, Vrindavan, Navadvip, and so on. And also Sri Murti Shraddha Sevaya, so to worship the deity with the deities with faith, which we will be doing a bit later on. We'll be having Abhishek festival at midnight, right, to honor Sri Krishna's appearance. So I was also, when Venugopal Prabhu was speaking earlier, he mentioned that we spent some of these Janmashtami celebrations in Mathura with our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, directly with him in his association. And as Venu Prabhu was saying, this was a very intense experience, to say the least. Because this time, I mean, not least at this time in Mathura, it's quite hot, at least for me, being like an English person. It's extremely hot. So everything is going on under this intensity of this very humid and hot weather. So first, this Janmashtami would start like last night. This is called like, you know, like we have Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day. So then in Mathura they also have Janmashtami Eve. Can you remember what it's called? Adivas. Adivas Titi, yes. So what we would do on that eve is there would be a parade that would go around the whole of Vrindavan, Mathura, sorry, because this all took place in Mathura. So has everybody's been to Mathura, Vrindavan? Have you been? So basically, Mathura is like a big city, and that is where our Gurudev's main temple was, in Mathura, and it was established by his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Gangamatas Aug. So they've been there a long time. So that was where, when our Srila Gurudev was in India, then he would reside in that city of Mathura most of the time. He'd also go to Vrindavan, and especially during the Kartik Parikramas. But this Krishna Janmashtami, then he would always celebrate it in the city of Mathura. And why, I'll go on into it in a minute. So yeah, on this Adivas Tirthi, which is last night, we were speaking about this last night, Bona and I, we'd have this sort of enormous Sankirtan parade that would go all around Mathura. And we were all like actually ordered by Gurudev to go on it, especially all of the brahmacharis, which I was at that time, all the monks. We would have to go on this big parade, and there were elephants and camels and horses and unfortunately children with like lights on their heads linked together with wires and like gigantic generators every sort of like 100 or 200 yards pumping out like black diesel fumes with people pushing them, and like those, you know, those wedding bands. Have you ever seen those wedding bands in India with the great big like funnel speakers, and a guy sitting on the top with a sort of Bond Tempe keyboard and a brass band. So they were also invited. And basically it was like a huge, like, to celebrate the eve of Janmashtami, because Mathura, that is the city where Krishna is said to have appeared. So if you go to Mathura city, one of the main places to visit is called Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi, right? And it's this really, really big temple. And strangely, it was one of the first places that I ever went to as a sort of, when I first became interested in Krishna, sort of by chance, I ended up there somehow. And it's this very big, opulent temple. And in that place, it's a little bit like a sort of little world of its own, isn't it? And it has the cave that, or the prison cell that Vasudeva and Devaki were imprisoned in by Kamsa. So this is basically the story that we were hearing in the drama there, that Kamsa, he was like, had very demonic mentality, and he usurped this kingdom of Mathura. This is 5,000 years ago, from Ugrasen, right? He sort of usurped the kingdom and taken control. So on the wedding day of his sister Devaki, then he was leading the chariot, driving the chariot, right? And he heard an aerial voice, so we heard in the video, that said, the 8th child of your sister will ultimately be your demise. He will kill you. So then, it's a very long story, and I was thinking to actually read it from the Srimad Bhagavatam, but I didn't know which bit to do because it's so long. So I'm trying to like condense it a little bit because we're leading up to Krishna's appearance now. So basically, Kamsa imprisons his sister and her new husband Vasudeva, and vows that when this 8th child appears, then Kamsa will kill this 8th child before the 8th child can kill Kamsa. So obviously this 8th child, who is this? This is Krishna, yes. So then, imprisoned in the jailhouse of Kamsa, which you can still, like I say, you can still visit this place, Vasudeva and Devaki, they had one child after the next over many years. And Kamsa, first of all, like we heard in the quiz, then Kamsa decided, well, it's only the 8th child that is going to kill me, so therefore that 8th child I will do away with. But then Narad Muni, because Narad Muni wanted to speed up the appearance of Krishna, if you like, because Narad Muni is a bit of a trickster, and he likes to create sort of twists in the Leela. And I think you were hearing this morning that pastime by Srila Bhaktivinoda Bharati Maharaj was telling, right, about Narad going to Braj and announcing that there'll be a big festival, but all of you are not invited. So Narad, he does these kind of things. You can read that another time. So then he told Kamsa, he said, that how do you know which is the 8th child? So the demigods, they're very tricky. They could be counting 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, like that. You don't know how the demigods count. They could have said the 8th child because the voice came from the sky. So which is the 8th child? You do not know. And I think he put some beads or something on the table, right? And he switched them around. He said, okay, which is the 8th? Which is the 8th bead, whatever it was? And then Kamsa couldn't say. So, or maybe I'm taking some of this off the TV, I don't know, but anyway. I'll carry on. It's all mixed up in there, right? So, anyway, so then Kamsa, he thought, actually, Narad, you're right. So then he started to, as the children were born, then he started to kill the children one after the next. It's a horror story, right? It's a really awful thing. So then, ultimately, the 7th child came in the womb of Devaki, and then that 7th child appeared to be a miscarriage, right? That appeared to be the baby disappeared. But actually that baby was transferred from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini in Vrindavan. Have you read Krishna book? Okay. read Krishna book, it's all in there, and I'm cutting a very long story short. So then this child, his name was Baladev. You've heard of Baladev, right? So Baladev, like Krishna Balaram. So Baladev appeared first in the womb of Devaki and was transferred to the womb of Rohini. And there he took on his full form as Rohini Nandan Baladev. And then 2 weeks, was it 2? No, 1 week before, we celebrated the appearance day of Lord Baladev on the Purnima, on the full moon. So Baladev, he appeared in Vrindavan 8 days before Krishna. So then most of Vrindavan, most of the people who live in Vrindavan, they consider that Krishna takes birth in Mathura. So therefore our Guru Maharaj, he would have a very big festival in Mathura. And he would invite, as Benu Prabhu was saying earlier, he would invite all of the Brajbasis. Brajbasi means those who reside in the holy land of Vrindavan. He would invite many, many people to come to the temple, and especially the prominent kirtaniyas. So like at about this time on Janmashtami, the temple in Mathura would be absolutely packed to the roof with people. And then there would be like the courtyard in the middle would be like a kirtan space. And Srila Gurudev would sit there for like what, then 5-6 hours, continuous, all night. And people filed in the front of the temple, came and they made like a pathway around this whole kirtan mandal. They queued all night to come and see the deities. Then they'd see Gurudev, hear the kirtan, and they'd leave through the back entrance. And you can't believe these speakers, right, Venu? They were just like unbelievably loud speakers. Like, you know, been to many raves in my time, but these things were like ear-splitting kind of, you know, sound. And Gurudev, very tolerantly, he would sit there and accept the service of all of these different kirtan groups from around Braj. And they were amazing. They all had different style, and they all had a different kind of... I don't know if anybody actually recorded all of these kirtans, but they were traditional, like Brajbas kirtans, so the traditional kirtans of the Brajbasis. And then at the end, like at probably about 11:30, Gurudev would speak himself for only like maybe 10-15 minutes, right? And then he'd get Krishna Das to sing, and then there would be the birth celebration of Krishna. So anyway, most of the Brajbasis, they consider that Krishna is born in Mathura, and that is why this Janmabhoomi, this big temple, is situated there in Mathura, because it's considered that Krishna appeared in the jail of Kamsa from the womb of Devaki. So what happened, we were reading actually this morning from Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharata Maharaj, and it's completely the same as our Gurudev teaches, that when this 8th child appeared in the cell of Kamsa to Vasudeva and Devaki, so Devaki became very effulgent during the pregnancy. But when it came time for Krishna to appear, then he appeared in his full, like, teenage form. And he had 4 arms, and he had, like, all ornaments and armor and, you know, conch, disc, lotus, and club. And he appeared in this very opulent, like almost like a Narayan form, right? And he kind of manifested in the middle of the room, sort of all effulgence and all sort of opulence and, you know, very, very glorious, to the astonishment of Devaki and Vasudeva. So then what happened? They became fearful. He became like, they prayed, actually, yes, sorry. They prayed that, please, you are the 8th child, and Kamsa is going to come here and kill you. Because the mood in Mathura is, not to get too technical, but the mood is like, they were considering Krishna, that Krishna, to have been born from them, but they were also considering that he is God. So their mood is like mixed. In Sanskrit, it's called Aishwarya and Madhurya. So they consider that, yes, Krishna is their son, but they also have this, what's called, they understand his Bhagavata, they understand the fact that he is Bhagavan himself. So Krishna appeared in this amazing form, but then still feeling that he was their son, they prayed to him in fear of Kamsa. Because actually, if you thought he was fully God, right, you wouldn't be afraid that anyone was going to come and kill Narayan or God, because who can? Nobody can. So then I think Vasudeva or Devaki, anyone can correct me on any of this as I go, you know, I'm just kind of winging it. Then they prayed to this manifestation of Krishna, please become a baby, and that's right, isn't it? Please become again, yes, a baby, and they became afraid that Kamsa was going to come and kill this baby. So then, just at that moment, as we saw in the video there also, all of the prison locks, the doors opened, and the guards fell asleep. And then Vasudeva could understand that he should take this baby to his brother, right? To his brother in Vrindavan, to hide the baby from Kamsa. So then the Leela goes that Vasudeva, he took this baby like in a basket, and with a mood to hide the baby from Kamsa, he crossed the Yamuna river to go to Gokul. So at that time, and even at this time, in this, if you go there now, the Yamuna is really, really wide, right? It goes all the way from, like one of our temples is Gopinath Bhavan, and the Yamuna comes right up to the front steps of Gopinath Bhavan and goes really, really far. So anyway, it's almost like in flood in this season because it's like end of the rainy season. So that night, then Vasudeva, he had to cross the Jamuna, but the Jamuna was also very stormy, right? The Jamuna was also very kind of choppy. There was a lot of wind and very deep, and it was a very difficult crossing. But Krishna, he put Krishna in a basket. He put Krishna on his head, right? But the Yamuna, because the Yamuna is a great devotee of Krishna, so the Yamuna wanted to touch Krishna's lotus feet because Krishna had just appeared. So the Yamuna kept going up to the lotus feet of Krishna in the basket and then going down again. And also over the basket there was this Anantashesh, right? This many-hooded snake form that was protecting. You can see in the picture. Is there a picture on the front of that? Is that the one? Or is it a different one? It doesn't matter. Anyway, you get the picture. So then, this form of Krishna was taken by Vasudeva to Gokul, but it's simultaneously at that time, then Mother Yashoda in Vrindavan, she had also given birth to Krishna, actually. But she had given birth to the complete Krishna, because Krishna is known as the source of all avatars. So just as like you have a full moon, Gurudev explained, and when that moon is partially not sort of illuminated, then that moon becomes like a three-quarter moon or a crescent moon or a half moon. So in the same way with Krishna's many, many incarnations, Krishna is known as the source of all incarnations. So he's like the full moon. But this Krishna who appeared in Mathura to Devaki and Vasudeva, he was like almost full Krishna, right? He was the kind of like a little bit, but a little bit not manifested. So the origin of all avatars, Sri Krishna, Brajendranandan Sri Krishna, he appeared, he actually took birth from the womb of Mother Yashoda. So then, as Vasudeva went to this house, to the house in Gokul, to hide the baby with Nanda Maharaj, then what happened? These two Krishnas, the expansion of Krishna who appeared in Mathura, and the original Krishna who had taken birth from the womb of Yashoda, they like merged together. So this is like one secret that our acharyas have said, which is a much deeper teaching than Krishna just appeared in Mathura, which is the kind of general consensus. So that complete Krishna, Brajendranandan Krishna, he appeared there in Vrindavan, and this other Krishna, he merged with him, so they became like one complete Krishna. Not that the Krishna that came from Mother Yashoda's womb was incomplete before, because we know that verse right from Ishopanishad, the complete can come from the complete, and then, you know, the complete is still complete, basically, to sort of paraphrase it. So there was no lacking in the Krishna that had been born by Mother Yashoda, but this expansion, he merged into Brajendrananda and Sri Krishna. But the secret our Goswamis have given is that Mother Yashoda, she actually gave birth to twins, right? So she gave birth to a boy and a girl. And she didn't realize this because the exertion of labor, she fell asleep and the babies were just sort of there with her. So then Vasudev, then he took the girl child and he took her, who we heard in the film, right, was Yogamaya, actually Krishna's sister. Yogamaya, she's like the illusory potency of Krishna. Took that child back to Mathura because he was thinking, well, Kamsa is expecting a boy and he's going to kill the boy. So if I take the girl back, then Kamsa, maybe he'll be merciful and he won't kill this girl because he's not expecting that. But anyway, when Vasudev, he went back to Mathura, then Kamsa thought, well, this is the 8th child, so definitely I'm going to kill this child. But he didn't know that this child was Yogamaya. So Yogamaya is also, like Kamsa's worshipful deity is Durga Devi, right? He worships Durga. So Yogamaya, basically, to cut a long story short, Yogamaya has two aspects. That aspect called Durga, who is, Durga means like almost like the prison warden, right? She looks after this material world and keeps everybody deluded by the material energy. But she also has another aspect of her. She operates within Krishna Lila, and she bewilders the associates of Krishna so that they think that Krishna is their son, Krishna is their friend, Krishna is their beloved, like this. So she has these two facets, if you like. So this Yogamaya, when she was taken back by Vasudeva to Mathura, and then Kamsa tried to kill her, then she manifested this form of Durga Devi. So we know Durga Devi, she has a very ferocious form. She has 10 arms, right? Somebody told me she has like, don't quote me on this, but somebody told me she has 9 arms with weapons and one arm with a laddu. And if you go to take the laddu, then you get the 9 weapons. But that was Damodar Maharaj. So it could be correct, or it might be just from another film or something. So anyway, so then this Durga Devi, this baby, flew out of the hands of Kamsa and manifested in the sky as very ferocious Durga Devi, and said, Kamsa, you fool, this child has taken birth elsewhere, meaning that Krishna, he's taken his birth in Gokul. He's not even here, and you can't kill me. I'm your, worshipful deity. So forget about it. So then Kamsa became very afraid, and then it goes on in the Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, about how Kamsa made all different types of plans to have Krishna killed, sent many demons to Vrindavan, starting with Putana, Trinavarta, Shakatasura, we were hearing in the quiz. So then this Leela unfolds like this. So, yeah, I mean, this is really what I wanted to just speak, actually, because Gurudev always used to speak about this also, is this secret that Krishna, he manifests in Vrindavan like this. And he actually never leaves Vrindavan also. So later on in the pastimes, then Akrura comes from Mathura to take Krishna for a wrestling match in Mathura. And this is another plan of Kamsa, actually, is to kill Krishna. He thinks, oh, well, I'll get him involved in a wrestling match with these two great big Chanur Mustik, and they'll definitely be able to defeat him. So Kamsa sends Akrura to invite Krishna and Baladev to go to Mathura for this wrestling match. But then who actually leaves Vrindavan and goes to Mathura? That is like the expansion of Krishna. So this expansion of Krishna that came with Vasudeva, then that same expansion of Krishna leaves Vrindavan and goes to Mathura, and he's known as Mathuresh Krishna or Dwarkadish Krishna. So then he goes there, but actually Vrindavan Krishna is said Pada Ekam Nagachati, that Vrindavan Krishna, he never steps 1 foot Padam Ekam outside of Vrindavan. So then we were hearing this morning from Srila Bharati Maharaj that when Akrura, he was taking Krishna to Mathura on the chariot, then they stopped to take bath, right? And as Krishna remained on the chariot and Akrura was taking his bath, but when he was outside of the water, he could see that Krishna was on the chariot. And then when he went inside the water, you know how you take bath in India, like you go up and down like this. When he went down into the water, then he saw Krishna's face within the water. So Srila Bharati Maharaj was saying this means that one Krishna, that is Vrindavan Krishna, he stayed there in Vrindavan, and Akrura took with him to the wrestling arena of Kamsa that expansion of Krishna, that Mathuresh Krishna. So there's many secrets about the. It's said that one who can understand the birth and activities of Krishna, they're definitely eligible for liberation. So it's a good topic to deliberate on, and especially tonight, as this is Sri Krishna's appearance. But Srila Gurudev says ultimately we're not looking really for externally for Krishna to appear somewhere. Like in Mathura, sometimes they take a cucumber and they put a shalagram shila inside, and then like on the birth, at the time of the birth, then they sort of squeeze the cucumber or something, and have you not heard that? And the shalagram shila like pops out, and this is kind of like Krishna taking birth. I've never actually seen this, so that could also be somebody's winding me up. But I think it is true the Brajvasis do like this. But we're not. So the point is, we're not looking for Krishna to appear externally anywhere. Actually, the idea is that on this night, Krishna, we should pray that Krishna should appear like in my heart. And how is this possible? We were also hearing this from Srila Bharati Maharaj this morning. He was saying that Krishna appears in the heart by Nam Sankirtan and also Sadhu Sangha. So by calling the names of Krishna, then Krishna, he is attracted to us. And especially if our heart is very soft and pure, like Radhika was saying, then for sure Krishna will appear then. So that is our real prayer on Janmashtami. So we're doing this like austerity all today. Like many devotees today won't even drink water and take no food up until midnight, because that is like an intense prayer and austerity and to Krishna, that please may you manifest in my heart on this eve of Janmashtami. So it's a very beautiful festival, and some of us were fortunate enough, well, we're all so fortunate, but some were fortunate enough also to be with Gurudev on this evening and experience the whole mood of the thing, the whole sort of transcendental kind of manifestation that Gurudev would put on this night, would demonstrate. So yeah, Krishna hasn't appeared in my heart yet, but keep going, I guess. And one more thing, funny story actually, and Brendan probably knows this story, that what happens is because everybody's been fasting all day, then you're supposed to break your fast with the Charnamrit. So that Charnamrit means the what they bathe the deities with at midnight. So that's yogurt, sugar, honey, milk, ghee, right? And I imagine the Vaishnavis are preparing that as we speak. So this one, and then what happens is because to do the austerity in Mathura is very difficult because it's so hot. It's really, really hot. You did it in Vrindavan last year, right? Probably. And it's difficult, isn't it? It's not the same as doing it here. and you know, I remember thinking that my brain was on fire at one point, and so the thing is that after midnight, then everybody's very eager to get this nice glass of ice cold Charnamrita, or even like some people are going with 2-liter bottles and you know just like chugging this stuff, and this is like the mercy of Krishna. But anyway, this one year, as Venu probably knows, there was a very mischievous element had manifested from somewhere. No, I think we have a good idea who it was, but it may have been, we don't know who, but it may have been Narad Muni, for all I know. It was a very mischievous element. So somebody, like, instead of putting sugar, they put kilos and kilos of salt instead of sugar in the Charnamrita. So then there was a big fight to get, because there's barrels and barrels of Charnamrita. They gave Krishna in so many of these, you know, in so much Charnamrita. And especially the ladies in Mathura, they're like sharpening their elbows to get to this barrel to get their Charnamrita. And then you could see, like, there was a kind of wave of like, like coming back, like, what is it? Oh my God. And I tried some, and it was like seawater. It was really a test of how much do you want to like enjoy this Charnamrita or not, or how much do you want to actually honor it. I still don't know to this day what the actual teaching of it was and who actually orchestrated it. And Venu probably knows more than I do about this pasta. But anyway, it was kind of a funny leela to finish on. But anyway, so today we do the austerity, but the real, you know, Premananda Prabhu explains that actually the real Janmashtami is tomorrow. Because Mother Yashoda, she then after she gave birth to Krishna, then she slept and everybody, it was nighttime, everybody slept and this other pastime was going on. But then when they woke up in the morning and saw that Krishna had taken birth, then this is called Nandotsava. So today is about austerities and waiting for Krishna to appear. The real celebration is tomorrow, and we'll probably hear tomorrow how Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda and all the Brajbasis, they put on this huge festival. He gave away millions of cows in charity and so much gold and fed so many brahmanas, and there was and what happened in Mathura in Gurudev's time is then thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of people would come to the Mathura Mat to take prasad. So they'd cook this huge amount of puris and sabji and halva and all types of, very spicy actually it was, as well. You could hardly even eat it. But Gurudev would lay on this feast for pretty much the whole of Mathura came, I think the whole of the city. And all day they would do one sitting after the next, after the next, after the next, from morning until evening. And they were in the street in rows. They were on every floor of the temple. They were like queuing up the stairs, and they had to put special cage doors on the stairs to like stop people coming in. And then in the temple room there was like really enthusiastic Brajbasi Kirtan going on again all day. So, and it was much more of a like a celebratory mood than a sort of, you know, doing austerities and fasting mood. So anyway, it was an amazing experience to be there with Srila Gurudev, and I think that's all I'm going to say. What time is it now? 11:15, so we've got 45 minutes. So what's next on the agenda? Jai Shri Gurudev ki Jai.
Jai. Yeah, it was interesting what you're saying. It's a day for us, like trying to make some kind of impression. The austerities that we're doing is trying to make some impression. Because remember one time I was doing Chaturmasya and I said, what does it matter if I eat a tomato or not? I can't quite get this kind of, you know, through my rational mind. I thought I can't quite get this. And I think it was Vishaka who said, because every Vishaka Didi, because she said, well, every time that you're missing that tomato, you can understand why you're missing it. Because really you're missing Krishna. If you think you're missing tomato, or I think I'm missing something from this material world. But that's not what I'm missing. There's like a shape in your heart, which is a God shape. And we try to put many other things, and a tomato probably squishes into that shape, but it doesn't fill it. It doesn't seal it. It doesn't complete the heart. So we're going around with that whole way, wanting to fill it with something. She said at least at the platform that I'm on, at least it reminds me that I need to be. This is what I'm missing. It's not anything else in this world, and to focus, and like we were saying, like what I've been picking up from the evening is that I need to like focus and know what my goal was, and that was the question actually that was a good question, which was in the quiz, which I forgot actually at the end to say, and that was what is the goal of life? What is your what is the goal basically? And then when Venu was speaking, then he answered that. Gurudev answered that himself by saying that you should make this, which means to enter into Rasa Leela, nothing less than that, your aim and objective, your only aim and objective actually. So that was quite fascinating from the start. That was that's actually our topic, and to have that, you need like this greed and desire to have that. So that obviously comes from those that had that already, which is like the sadhus and those that are completely bathing in that ocean of like ecstatic prema, and they're able to, like, when they see our endeavor, they're able to inject our heart with that sort of shakti, and then from there on, then you have vision. As I understood that, you have the vision of Krishna and Krishna's pastimes. And obviously, we're in those pastimes because then we just enter into when we enter into Nitya time. So then I am there and I am serving in those pastimes, which was like a kind of a new angle on it for me, because I was thinking, oh, I'm going to realize my Sarup. So I'm obsessed with myself, so I want to see me, But it's deeper than that. You're not seeing you just to look at you. When you have that praying, then you want to serve. So when you have that spurti, it's of Krishna. It's of Krishna's pastimes, and how you're in that pastime, pleasing the Lord. And then obviously you've come overwhelmed in ecstasy. And this is Krishna Janmashtami. So Radhika was speaking a little bit about that, about entering into those pastimes. And I find it amazing process, and magical, and kind of awe-inspiring kind of process. And when you hear the realization in the heart of the pure devotee, it just connects you that bit closer. That it's not so far away. Actually, it's one step away. Actually, and that's the magic, how they bring it so close. So I wanted to end this part of the evening by watching this last video, and in it, Srila Prabhupada is, I think he's in Boston. I'm not 100% sure actually, but I think he's in Boston with the devotees, and Shamarani Dida was there at that time. And there's some pictures. The pictures that you see are from that time. I think it was the 60s, 70s. And Srila Prabhupada is explaining Govindam Adipurusham Tamham Bhajami. He's explaining it to the devotees that are there. And it's the first time they've heard this. And they are, if you see the picture of them, how they're almost like this. They're on the edge of them to listen to Srila Prabhupada. They've got such a wonderful mood. Shamarani is literally like this. They're all grasping his words in their hearts. and Srila Prabhupada is telling them to repeat again and again and again. It's like he's just giving them Siddha mantra. He's just it's just so wonderful to see. I found it quite emotional when I just heard the recording. So I just thought that if it's okay, we can watch it and we can just repeat with them. If you want to, I'll just start and start. Okay. Switch it up. Let's just the engine. Oh yeah, and then after what we'll do is we'll go over to the temple room and do some kirtan and do it.
Fire supposed to be there like that all over there.
Do you want to go?
I think my son's just going over now. Yeah. At home, just noticed it again doing.
Maybe just go get some
the grass caught fire.
Just get a bucket of water. It's okay, don't hang it.
It's getting quite smoky, isn't it? Shall I put it on or wait for everyone to get back? Well, yeah. Oh, it looks like it's quite big now.
Forest fire pastime. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oops. Okay. Coming back soon.